Right here, down. Protect your out. We put the work in. Let's finish. Let's do this. Family, I'll do 1, 2, 3.
You see, we dream chase, cause that's all we was given to start with. Then we realized the dream was obtainable. Now look at us.
What's going on, Eagles Nation and TMTP family? Welcome back to another episode here on the Main Thing Podcast Presents. It's your boy, Mr. Ohms, and after further review, the call stands. I'm still official with no stripes.
What's going on, Eagles family? This is your man, Big Huss, the one you trust, bringing you all your Philadelphia Eagles latest. Hey, we're closing out the week. Yeah, I mean, we've got some updates from Friday, Saturday, Sunday, a full breakdown from Thursday's game versus New York Giants, obviously. Look, silence at MetLife, flat energy. Look, man, it wasn't the Philly team that we were used to seeing, but we'll dig into what went wrong, what flickered, what changed, you know what I'm saying, and what some of the fans missed from over the weekend. But before we dive into that full detail, Mr. Owens wants to holler at you real quick.
To our loyal supporters, y'all already know it's all love. Thank you for y'all continued support. None of this is able to happen without the support from y'all. And to our new supporters, welcome to the community and our family. Look, let's continue to do our part as a community and a family. Continue to please like the videos. It does help with the visibility in the algorithm to get our videos out more often. Continue to disrespect that comment section, share and subscribe to the community and our content. And last but not least, don't forget to do this. Make sure to turn on them noties and keep your ears and eyes peeled to the streets like your local neighborhood watch. Wow. So you don't miss when me and Big Huss drop this pressure on y'all, all right?
Definitely be sure to do that. Tap in with us, stay locked in. So, you don't want to miss it. We give great content, a lot of great thoughts, you know what I'm saying, and observations this way. But let's kind of set it up real quick. So, entering this week 6 matchup, we were 4-1. Things were looking good. Hey, we were feeling good. You feel me? But then we exited. We were 4-2. We weren't feeling good. It was our first time with back-to-back losses since the 2023 meltdown, and we all know how that went. So roster moves heading into the game, just to kind of give you some quick notes real quick. Jalen Carter, inactive, did not play. Nakobe Dean was activated, saw some limited reps, special teams, things of that nature. Elevated Gabe Hall from the practice squad to give some D-line depth. Look, Carter was out, and that matters. But at the end of the day, big stars or not, as we say in Philadelphia, the standard's the standard, right? So we still got to stay true, and we really didn't do that. We didn't do it, so it was a little bit of a letdown. I don't know. It was just, as I said before, it wasn't the Philly team that we've grown accustomed to seeing over the past year or so, couple years, things of that nature. A little out of character for us.
Yeah. And to add on to your point, because we were definitely out of character. It didn't seem like we were ready once we got off that bus in New York to play that football game on Thursday night. It's a lot of things that need to be cleaned up and evaluated. But I'm sure that we will move forward and get back on the right track. Now, with that being said, because the Giants did show up like the old Eagles that we are used to. Of course, we know going into that game, we won the last 12 out of 14 meetings. So again, they're kind of like our little brothers. We kind of always handle them every single season. But again, we are NFC East division foes. So they know us just like we know them. and they were ready to play on Thursday. Their rookie quarterback, their first round pick, Jaxson Dart, man, look, he said one of his idols is QB1, and he darn sure played like QB1 on Thursday. He finished the game with 17 completions out of 25 attempts. He had 195 passing yards, one passing touchdown, and also added a 20-yard rushing touchdown. Look, he took off from that pocket and boom, bop, Billboard Bond. I kind of was shocked and stunned on that Billboard Bond as we were talking off camera, because you mentioned Billboard Bond, he broke down his feet, but he didn't run his feet when he saw Jaxson Dart coming in his lane. But also, this was something similar to last week when Bo Nix took off from the pocket and Billboard Bond got caught flat-footed. So that's something that, look, he has to get back to, because when them quarterbacks escape out of that pocket, we're used to Billboard Bond attacking those quarterbacks and getting them to the ground. I'm not used to seeing a lot of quarterbacks slip past Billboard Bond, but on Thursday, man, it was a lot going on out there. And then also, not to mention, we got to talk about one guy who I do respect and I do like, and that's Cam Skattebo. He had 98 rushing yards, 3 rushing touchdowns, touchdowns on our team. He just ran physically. He controlled the tempo. And the Giants really had a balanced attack and toughness, which exposed the holes in our defense, because this is the second week in a row we've been talking about this off camera, where usually our offensive line and our defensive lines are the bullies. We come into the stadium, everybody's scared of us. We get on the field and we control the line of scrimmage. For these past couple of weeks, especially against the Giants and then also against the Denver Broncos, we have seen not only our offensive line, who is historically the best offensive line in the league, get bullied, but also our defense line is getting bullied as well. Those run lanes and run gaps are getting pushed open. The Giants were just firing off the football and moving our defensive linemen back to the second level into our linebackers, and that was creating all the holes for Cam Skattebo. But that's something that we're going to have to rectify and get cleaned up, because when a team starts to impose their will and starts to run the football on you, and that they're running the football, which we saw in the second half, it seemed like our defense quit. Cam Skattebo was picking up chunk plays on our defense, because
punching us in the mouth, and we did not return the favor. It was very much 2023-esque.
Yes.
What we saw out there on Thursday night versus the Giants.
Mm-hmm.
And if our aspirations are Super Bowls and things of that nature, and this is what we all talk about, what I mean? We don't talk about just making the playoffs. We don't talk about just going 500. We talk about hoisting Lombardis. You can't have that. That's not the mentality that and I know it was a short week, but you can't walk into it with that complacent kind of attitude. It's just it wasn't good.
It wasn't a good showing at all.
No. So let's talk about some box score numbers, things of that nature, penalties, things like that. Eagles got outgained again. They totaled 339 yards. That was 266 passing, 73 rushing. The running game is still not hitting on what we're used to it hitting on. Mm-hmm. The Giants, however, 366 total yards. That's 366 to 339, with 194 yards passing and 172 yards rushing. God damn. Like balance at its core. When you can rush for 172 yards, you're almost guaranteed to win a ball game. And they won, right? Convincingly. First downs, Eagles had 20, Giants had 25. Couldn't get them off the field. Like, ridiculous. Third down conversions, Eagles were 1 of 9. That is ridiculous. When you're talking about percentage-wise, that's in the teens percentage-wise that you're converting on third down.
11%.
There you go, 11. Because you go 1 for 10, it would have been 10, right? 1 for 9, 11%. There you go. Ridiculous, right? Giants 11 for 16. Oh, they're driving. Yeah. Oh my God, they're driving. They were sustaining drives. The stuff that we do, they were doing. It was almost like we swapped uniforms that game. Like it was weird, right?
And right there, because that's 69%. My gosh.
Damn, there's 70%. That is mind-blowing, right? Fourth down. Now the Eagles were 2-2 on fourth down, right? Which is great. But it shouldn't even get to that. But it's great, right? Time of possession, they held it for damn near close to 31 minutes. We had it about 29. This is another thing where, yes, it was kind of evenly split, but we're used to winning TOP, time of possession. We're used to controlling the clock, running the ball, playing at our tempo, our pace, our style. It wasn't that. It was almost like we were trying to keep up with the Giants in this game. Not good at all, right?
Mm-hmm.
Penalty yardage. 4 penalties for 46 yards. We have to clean up the penalties, ladies and gentlemen. The penalties have to stop. And it's just bonehead stuff, right? The Giants had 6 for 55. Who cares about them? Scoring drives kind of quarter by quarter, just real quick. First quarter, 13-10, Giants, right? We're already losing, right? This isn't good. Second quarter, Eagles score another 7 on a 13-play drive, 74 yards. This is the type of Eagles work we used to seeing. You feel me? We were putting it together. We then go up, 17-13. Okay, I'll take it. Giants then come back down, put up 7. We're losing again going into half, right? So we've already lost the half. It's not good. Third quarters, Giants add another 7. We goose egg in the third. So we came out of half, no adjustments, thinking we were going to do the same things we were doing in the first and second quarter. And they said, nah, brother, we're going to put a stop to it. Their coaches went back, got on that whiteboard and started cooking some stuff up, right? Can't happen. Football is about adjustments. You have to be able to adjust on the fly. We did not do it, right? Go to the fourth quarter, Giants add another 7. What the Eagles put up? Nothing. Another donut. There were no adjustments. Me and Mr. Owens talked a little off camera about it. It almost like the team gave up after getting punched in the face so many times. It's like, man, we're good, man. Who we play week 7, man? We're off this one. We checked out. That's once again, we talk about winning Lombardis. When you're chasing bowls, you can't do that. You can't take plays off. You play all out from beginning to end, all 60 minutes. We didn't see it, not even from the leaders in this game. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, no, and Hus, like you said, football is all about adjustments. We've talked about this at length on our channel because in-game adjustments, bro. You have to be able to, if you're having success in the first and second quarter, then you come out in the third. Yeah, maybe you try some of the stuff that worked in the first half. But then once you start seeing the defense adjust to what you're winning with on offense, you have to adjust as well. We have to understand, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, the defensive coordinators and the defensive players and everybody, they get paid too.
Absolutely.
You see what I'm saying? So it's not like we're just out here and, they see the Philadelphia Eagles and we're just going to lay down because, they're the Philadelphia Eagles.
Mm-hmm.
We got to turn it up even more now because now we have the bullseye on our back.
I was just about to say that, bro.
We're the defending reigning Super Bowl champion. So we're going to get everybody's best shot. Everybody has our game circled on that calendar. And the fact is, yeah, I understand that we have a new offensive coordinator. I understand that our offense didn't play at all in the preseason. But look, we're in week 5, week 6 now. All that honeymoon phase is over. You should be able to understand the flow of the game. And if you got to make adjustments in game and on the fly, you should be able to do that. You got promoted to be a play caller. So you should be able to put the team and the offense in the best position, in that best advantageous position to win football games. But as you mentioned, you went over the penalties and yardage and the team totals and the scorings by quarter, because now we got to flip it over to the turnovers and mistakes. Now, we've been taking, as Big Hus said, we usually win time of possession. And then what's the other thing that we typically use? The turnover battle, right? This game, we didn't win the turnover battle. We didn't win either or. So our Eagles committed 2 turnovers, 1 fumble by AJ Dillon, trying to gain extra yardage and fight for extra yardage when we were down, and the second being an interception by QB1. It's been a while since we said that QB1 has thrown an interception and turned the ball over.
Over 300 some passes, I believe.
That's a lot of dropbacks, bro.
Yeah,
That's a lot of drop. That's almost throwing a pass every day of the year and not getting it intercepted. Not getting it intercepted. All right. Just, hey, throw one today. All right, we ain't getting intercepted. Let's go. We're going tomorrow too. But it was crazy because on our preview, we said, oh, we're playing a coach that's on a hot seat. We're playing a quarterback that's a rookie. And we're playing a running back that's a rookie. Oh, that spills for turnovers. That has to be turnovers, right? Wrong. The Giants had 0 turnovers in the game. We almost had one early on in the game when Jalix Hunt dropped back and played some beautiful coverage. I thought that he had the interception.
I did too, bro.
Went right through his hands.
Man.
But you know what the crazy thing is, because I thought Ball used to play safety. I thought he played DB. So I was like, hold on. So now he proving the theory. Defensive backs can't catch the ball. You see what I'm saying? Because I was like, hold on now. He got the thing in his hands. He was thinking about making a play before he had it in his hands. You see what I'm saying? But
sure.
we can't blame him. He is a defensive end that drops into coverage. So we can't expect him to always come up with the interception. But back to our side of the football. QB1's 1 interception that he threw, we all know that was a play that he underthrew Dotson and threw late behind him, and it was picked off by Cordell Flott and returned for 68 yards to set up the Giants' tout out. Now, if you know anything about timing routes, and especially out routes, as a quarterback, once your receiver gets to his plant foot to go out, that ball shall already be out. Because me and you both said when we were watching that game that Dotson stuck his foot in the ground and took 2 steps towards the sideline on an out route, and then the ball came out. You see what I'm saying? So that was the one thing that we noticed, but then it was the most inopportune time to throw that and get that interception being down 10. But then what makes it even worse, because is you know that me and you are advocates for QB1. We love QB1. We know that he's our franchise quarterback. We know that he can lead our team to the promised land and win it. He's already proven that to us. But then also sometimes we can also be critics as well. You see what I'm saying? So with QB1, sometimes with his timing, he's a little late to his throws. When the receiver is now, when you got to throw it now, he hesitates a little bit, and that's what he did on that pass. But then also on that play, what makes it even worse is not only was Dotson covered, but AJ Arthur Juan K freed up on a drag route. If you all watch closely on that video, you see Arthur Juan K, he wins immediately on the inside, gains inside leverage. If QB1 threw that ball to the back pylon, that was tied out. We'd be down 3 points. But of course, it was picked off. And hey, I love the effort though on that play, because from QB1 and Saquon to run down Cordell Flott.
I expected that. No, for sure.
I definitely love to see that though. Even though the game wasn't going our way, I still love to see the hustle and the energy from our star players. But then, as I mentioned earlier, we did fumble and lose that. That fumble killed a drive deep in Giants territory. We got to do a better job of ball security. We haven't really coughed up the ball this season, in the 2025 season, because, and to see AJ Dillon, I love the fight. I love him trying to get those extra yards, but you also got to know the situation of the game. We're down. Get the yards that you can get and get down. Live to fight another down. But it was just a frustrating game all around, because it's just frustrating.
Nah, for sure. Because we were just doing uncharacteristic things.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I think that's what it was for me. I'm like, we went from just being a disciplined team where we wouldn't shoot ourselves in the foot You know what I'm saying? We would let the other team make the mistakes, but now we're the ones making the mistakes. We're on the other side of it. I'm like, what the hell is going on? Is this the Super Bowl hangover? Like, what is it?
Mm-hmm.
We got to get out our own way right now.
Mm-hmm.
Now, just some quick little highlights, quarterback, receiver, defensive highlights kind of deal. Jalen Hurts, all in all, it wasn't a bad day. 22 for 33 for 283 yards, excuse me. Had the touchdown, had the untimely interception, but still had a pass rating of 95.9, close to 96. Dallas Goedert, like I said, you can tell this year they're set on making Dallas Goedert a feature in this offense.
Yes.
He had 9 receptions for 110 yards and a tutty. Great work from him. AJ Brown had a dog one-handed catch on the sideline.
This is a running offense that eventually can get to the pass game. But it really dictates, the defense dictates the play call.
This time down the right side and turning around. Does he make the catch? Is Brown. A.J. Brown on the other side.
Yeah, I mean, DB draped all. I'm like, how did he even catch it? Honestly, watching it live, I'm like, did he catch this joint? Like, where is the ball? Like, hey, crazy throw by QB1. It was a dime, right? But immaculate catch by Arthur K. Andrew Makuba. Our rookies continue to shine. He had 7 tackles, 3 solo, a PBU. Jordan Davis, young. Jordan Davis is having a dog year, ladies and gentlemen. You can tell it's contract year because my man is playing like it. All right. He had 6 tackles, 2 solos, a sack, really coming through when there was no JC, showing up, being that presence in the middle. Unfortunately, we lost Quinyon Mitchell with a hamstring injury. I have to really dive in and see how long he'll be out. Hopefully it's not too long because the replacements, the other guys, and Keely Ringo and Adoree Jackson, ooh-wee, baby. I'm so done with them. They did not play well in this game at all. Adoree, you're on the goal line, throwing shoulders, not wrapping up, scared to hit. Keely, I don't know where he is sometimes. He must be playing on the moon because it's just like, I don't know what he's doing. It's just mentally, it's just, I don't know. It's just not syncing up, it seems like. Our leader, Zach Bond, you spoke on him, whiffed on plays, allowing a Jaxson Dart rushing touchdown. It's just missed tackles, blown coverages, bad communication, a reoccurring theme from the 2023 season. We've seen this script already. As Eagles fans, if we continue on this route, on this trajectory, we know how this plays out, and it isn't good. So they really got to tighten up.
Mm-hmm. And as you mentioned, because with Bill Bourbon, we're not used to seeing Bill Bourbon in those type of positions, missing tackles and things like that, over pursuing. So I'm pretty sure that he's going to get back to the all-pro level that we know he plays at. As far as Keely, we've been patient with him time after time. We've been waiting for him to take that leap. And it just seems like he can't grasp it, as we were speaking off camera, because it just seems like when Keely is in coverage, when the ball's not thrown his way, it's like a big sigh of relief, like, oh, wow, okay, the ball's not coming my way. But when he's in coverage and the ball's in the air coming to him, he panics. He gets nervous, like, oh my gosh, the ball's coming to me. The ball, how am I going to make a play? What am I going to do? Because we saw, and we were talking off camera, because the 2 major ones that we saw from Keely, minus when Q went out, we understood what type of hit we were going to take. Obviously, his presence on that field was dearly, dearly missed.
For sure.
But then to add on to that, the 3rd down defense with the corners, they're giving up 3rd and 9s, 3rd and 13s. You're playing soft coverage, off coverage. Like, you're giving them space to be able to catch, make a move, get past you. And we know that Adoree and Keely don't already like to tackle. So now you're giving coverage. I mean, you're giving space and then having to come up to tackle, which you don't like to do. Something that was frustrating me with Keely was on the first drive of the game for the New York Giants. That was on the same drive where Jalix had dropped the interception. We get to 3rd, and I believe 9, 3rd and something, 3rd and 10. And they throw the Deep ball to little Jordan Humphrey. Keely's in perfect position at his hip, running stride for stride with little Jordan Humphrey. Ball's coming up. It looks like a routine play for DB, right? You just go up, boom, smack the ball down, boom, hold your hand up. Fourth down, we going to the sideline. Let me get my favorite Gatorade flavor. We got the punt team on. I mean, the punt return team. He goes up, can't play the ball, misjudges the ball. Ball goes over his hand. Big chunk play, first down, chain moves, right? Second thing, when he was guarding Jalen Hyatt ran an out and up. He was in perfect position the whole way. He didn't fall for the out. Once he came up, he just sank, got into his position, ran stride for stride. What happens? He gets in the end zone. He sees Jalen Hyatt's hands come up. He's trying to play through his hands and panics. And what does he do? Grabs his arm, draws the pass interference penalty. Now they get half the distance to the goal, punch it in. We've been saying this before the season has started, that ever since, and I have to say this because we love Howie Roseman dearly. Howie Roseman is the greatest GM of all time in any professional sport. But one thing, and we've been saying this since the offseason, one thing that has hindered us, and I feel that Howie has made a mistake, was letting Isaiah Rodgers go. That was the one player on our defense. Yeah, we love Milton. We love Darius Slay. We love Josh Sweat. But we knew when Isaiah Rodgers signed with the Vikings, we might be in a world of trouble.
Or how about this? How about you just bring Slay back for the $10 million?
For the 1 year, right?
For the 1 year. Run it back for another year. Draft you another corner high. And y'all put this thing together for real.
But you know what's crazy, Huss? I think Isaiah Rodgers got either 2 for 10 or 2 for 13. It was something that was manageable.
No. That's the thing. Both contracts were manageable. Neither one of them really got a bag for real. We could have really done either one, but they were putting so much trust in Keely, but Keely doesn't trust himself. Right. That's the problem.
Right.
Keely's not trusting himself. You're not trusting your technique. That's why you're panicking. What makes Quinyon so good outside of being super athletic, because Keely's super athletic. Keely trusts his technique. Quinyon trusts his technique. Quinyon is not going to panic. I'm trusting what I practice. Keely has to start doing the same because you're just as physically gifted, if not more in some aspects, because you're a bigger guy and you're moving like this. Trust the technique. Trust what you see. Just go play ball. Keely has the physical tools to do it. Mentally, you gotta tighten up, bro. Because I'm telling you now, if this continues, Keely might not be here next year. Like, straight up. But at this point, we have to bring a corner in or trade for a corner. A Reek, a Ward, Asante Samuel Jr., if he passes physicals and things, we have to bring in a corner. This is not it. It is scary hours at the corner position. And not in a good way. So, come on, man.
Oh man, that's crazy. I think that's one of the mistakes that Howie did make, not bringing Slay back or Isaiah Rodgers, because we are missing both of them dearly in that secondary. But now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, are these warning signs like 2023? And is this a trend that is going to continue? So, as me and Big Huss have mentioned, this feels eerily similar to 2023. This is not a one-night collapse versus the Giants. Now, look, the offense in the second half, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, across 3 straight games, guess what we totaled? You can do the math. 14 points. That is 2 touchdowns and 2 extra points. 14 in 3 games. Now, look, the Eagles, that's sickening. That is sickening with the players that we have on our roster, the players that we have on our team. We should not be looking at stats like this, because now the Eagles do lead the league. Shocking, right? in a 3-and-out rate. We get off the field like it's nobody's business. So our defense has to continue coming on.
I went after it, and it was a struggle to achieve it. But you know what? I caught that bitch.